Hey, Ben here from Fortitude Performance. Hope you're having a good day. So we get asked a lot what's Fortitude Performance about. So the easiest way to explain it is our philosophy is based on four pillars or four main areas that we think are most important that make up someone's fitness. So those four areas are your training, nutrition, mindset, and habits. So what we're going to do today is just go through each area and you'll get a bit of a better insight into what we believe at Fortitude Performance. Firstly, training. So for our training, we use strength training as the basis of our training for our clients. So strength training for us consists of the big three, so squat, bench, and deadlift. And that's then married up with a bodybuilding approach. The bodybuilding approach to fitness is really having a look at our client and realizing what areas they need to work on to both achieve their goals, be able to train for a long time, and even better, actually look like they train. Now, with the strength training, a big part of that is it being progressive in nature. So at Fortitude Performance, all our clients will have a logbook where they write down their sets, reps, and when they're ready, they use a program that each program builds on the next program. If your training isn't progressive in nature, then that's going to affect your results. And at the end of the day, it's going to affect your enjoyment even more, not getting results. Our next area is nutrition. For our nutrition, we take a flexible dieting approach. For us, a flexible dieting approach means your diet is inclusive rather than exclusive. A flexible dieting approach is best examples in the language we use about foods. So if we're exclusive about food, we'll be like, I don't eat carbs. I can't eat carbs. I don't eat pasta. An inclusive view of your diet, a flexible dieting approach is I have my carbs in moderation. I sometimes have pasta. I love pasta. It's the idea that your diet has no barriers. You have no foods that are like off limits. That then comes to our next point, which is called if it fits your macros. Well, we're proponents of this. The idea of if it fits your macros is simple. If you have your calorie targets, your protein targets, your carbs and fats, if you want to have a Mars bar, that's fine if it fits your macros. If you want to have a Krispy Kreme, that's fine if it fits your macros. It's quite simple because if 90% of your food is coming from good wholesome foods, there should be a range there for 10% to come from quote unquote shit foods. Next one, we've got our mindset. So for us, mindset comes a lot from your goals. So when you first start your training, it's new and exciting. The thing that's going to keep you training 6 months, 12 months, 3 years down the track when the actual real best results are made is the goals that you have throughout. So we've got outcome goals and process goals. Think of outcome goals as the result at the end. So just recently, my wife Michelle, she had a goal of being able to deadlift 110 kilos. She was starting at 80 kilos. So we couldn't just be like, okay, each week try and deadlift 110. There was a process. An example of a process goal is if you've got a month not missing any sessions, meaning if you've got 3 weight sessions to do, then you've got to fit them in that week. If stuff comes up on the usual days you train, you've got to commit to the process and hit your sessions. And it's only when you hit your process goals that you'll be able to get your outcome goal. Finally, habits, simple. All habits are on a continuum. From using vegetables as an example, you've got the person who is basically vegetarian. They eat so much vegetables. Every meal has vegetables. There's a multitude, and it's very good. They're at the top end of it. The other person becomes, the only vegetable they ever get is a cheeseburger and the gherkin inside. So we've got two ends of the continuum. All our goal is at Fortitude Performance for our clients is to meet them somewhere in that continuum and to make sure that the habits that we're helping them install will get them closer to whatever results they want to achieve and make sure that they can keep them for a long period of time. So just recapping, our 4 areas of focus for our clients and our philosophy comes from our training, nutrition, mindset and habits. If you've got any questions, let us know, and hopefully this lets you know a little bit more about Fortitude Performance.